aquí las noticias deportivas internacionales desde la capital del sol, Miami, Florida, por Oscar Huete, Flash Deportivo.
De Flash Deportivo, yo soy Oscar Huete y hoy estoy en el Loan Depot Park de la ciudad de Miami. Hoy oficialmente el equipo de los Marlins anunciarán a su mentor para las próximas temporadas, el señor James Schumaker, un exjugador de Grandes Ligas que militó 11 años en las Grandes Ligas. Actualmente se desempeñaba como coach de banco del equipo de los Cardenales de San Luis. Tuvo una breve pasantía como coach de primera base con el equipo de los Padres de San Diego, allá por el año 2018-2019. Vamos a ver qué tal le va a Schumaker con uno de los equipos con la nómina más baja del béisbol de las Grandes Ligas. Vamos a desearle suerte y que todo cambie para el equipo de Miami.
And he thought it'd be funny to nickname me Skip, and here we are about 40 years later, so yeah, kind of crazy.
Yeah, and now it fits with the job title too. So.
Yeah, no, I just said to somebody, I forget, Tony La Russa used to tell me that, you know, you might be Skip, but I'm the skipper, so don't forget that. Yeah, so yeah.
What age or when did you start thinking about, you know, hey, maybe I could be a manager one day?
You know, when you're a player, as a kid, your dream is to be a major league player, right? And so I did whatever I could to just stick in the major leagues. Looking back on it, you don't want to be a bench player, right? But because I was a bench player, I got to learn and kind of navigate the game to try to figure out when I was going to come into the game at whatever point. And I was so lucky to be around so many good coaches, not only as a player, but now as a bench coach or first base coach when I first started. So I started watching that, and once that started happening, then I was like, oh man, I think I could maybe do this one day. But it's a big deal, right? So I had some interviews before this one, and mainly when I was a first base coach, and luckily I got to be a bench coach, because I don't think you could just jump from first base coach, my opinion, you can jump from first base coach right to the manager seat. So luckily I didn't get those jobs because I don't think it would have went well. I needed to be in that seat first for a couple of years, learn the game, navigate the game, manager, and you know, learn some hard way on some decisions, and then but I think the main thing is, and Tony told me this, you know, trust your gut, you know, in some things, you know, and that was a big deal to me, and some learning lessons along the way.
Do you feel like you have an advantage over other managerial candidates in being a first-year manager when they change the rules of the game? Do you feel like you have an advantage coming in like with a fresh start instead of having to adapt a system to the new rules?
No, no. I think we're all new to this thing. There's some really good managers out there. They're all very, very smart. So I think we're all new to some of these rule changes together, and we'll all figure it out. I think it's a work in progress, just like the replay was, and you know, whatever else is new.
You said you were glad you were not going to have to face Sandy every other day. Or
that's right.
You're going to see it every day. So
yeah.
What else do you know about the game?
Yeah, I've had some lunches and dinners and phone calls, Zoom calls, whatever, with a lot of different players so far. Still have a long way to go. It's a big roster. I've only had this job a couple days. So just trying to figure out, you know, the mindset of the team. I don't want to go to spring training and that's the first time they see me. So I want to build that relationship before, let them know what I'm about. They got to know, I got to know what they're about, figure out what went wrong, what went right the last couple of years, and figure it out from there. But as far as the team, you know, I want to figure out who you are as a person first, and then after that, we can move on from there.
Do you talk with any player already?
Oh yeah. I've talked with about 7 or 8 different players right now, as far as like going out to lunch and dinners and that type of stuff. I don't think it's fair if I name who yet, because there's still a long way to go.
What is your impression, Skip, of Jazz Chisholm Jr.? Your impressions of him as a player and sort of what he brings?
Yeah, well, I can tell you that I did meet with Jazz. That was one of the dinners, so I'll give you that one. Jazz is incredible. I mean, he's fun to watch. From the other side, he plays.
Espere más noticias deportivas a través de Flash Deportivo de Oscar Huete desde la Ciudad del Sol, Miami. Flash Deportivo Internacional.